Good morning everybody, and you're very welcome to our home city, Limerick. Limerick. So we wanted to use the opportunity of bringing our international partners to Limerick to share with local business leaders around a topic that we're consistently coming up against in the work that we do. And it's about future-proofing your workforce and your organisation, coming into all of the change that's going on with AI and automation.
It is easier to behave your way to new thinking than to think your way to new behaviour.
Leadership is very simple. It's all about people.
So the challenge for everybody in this room is, how are you going to connect emotionally with your workforce? And how are you going to connect emotionally with your future workforce? And how are you going to sell that message to them? Because the old hierarchies are breaking down.
What we found was, staggeringly, 42% of people have hit a career ceiling, are frustrated, or in a toxic environment. If you got feedback from your customers that 42% of them were dissatisfied with you, they'd be a big project on to try and turn those customers around. But you've got internal customers who are your brand, who are your organisation, and how are we managing to have conversations with them around their careers and around their futures? Because what we're seeing is that a lot of people are out of control. They don't have the same certainty that they had before. And organisation structures have changed.
We're in a closure situation, and you can look at that in two different ways. You can look at it in the Irish way and say, oh my God, I'm miserable, it's going to be bad 3-4 years. Or you can look at it in a positive way and say, what can we make the best of? We stood back, reflected as a leadership team, what do we want to do for the next 3.5 years? And how do we want to support our people? So we came up with a very simple why message for our employees. We want to exit with pride, and we want to prepare you for the future.
Change is a confidence game, and the future is a confidence game, particularly now that organisations like GE, off-patent, low-cost environment, severe competition, leaders cannot sell artificial certainty to colleagues about what the future is going to be. Therefore, what you have to sell and what you have to create and what you have to foster and develop is a confidence in your own capability to face whatever the future may bring. That requires leadership vulnerability. The vulnerability of a leader to say, I don't know what may come next, but I believe in our ability to be able to deal with it.
The world of relationship has now entered the business world, and the world of emotion has entered the marketplace. And we do not, if we don't listen to this, it's at our peril. Because what used to happen before was jobs were readily quantifiable. They were measured. It was output. It's not about that anymore, because that level of work is now being taken over by the robots.
I think reading your white paper, it's right on point with what we're seeing, that it's the soft skills that some companies are beginning to really hone in on, because those are the things that can't be automated. But we have seen, especially with oil and gas, we've seen that they're creating entire departments to look at everything that can be automated, from the field all the way to the C-suite.
Organizations used to be very pyramidal. This was said this morning, and obviously the career path was vertical and it was gone down through promotions. Now the career path is different. It's horizontal, and it's going to be a journey, very mobile, where people are going to change jobs, they are going to change teams, they are going to work on a project mode.
So the question for me, leaving you here, is what's the average score for future career readiness in your people? Are you interested in finding that out? Do you know what your people want in the future? And how can you help build a solution to help them?